One of the first things I came to understand in my spiritual journey was the idea that our thoughts are creative. In this video, I'm going to share another way we can look at, and maybe you can use to your advantage, the idea of the law of attraction. Coming up. So, welcome back. This is Trent from XFit. If you're new to this channel, you might want to consider subscribing so you can be notified when all the new content comes out each week. So in this part of Mind, Body, Spirit, I want to speak a little bit about something that I discovered or came to understand or researched and found in the beginning stages of my spiritual journey here. It was called the law of attraction. The idea that your thoughts become things. This was a topic that I kind of touched on a little bit in the past videos, talking about how everything is our consciousness creating our experience. Okay, so the law of attraction is that you're constantly broadcasting energy. Okay, your thoughts, the words you speak to other people and especially to yourself, they're constantly being emitted out, and the universe is returning like energy in kind. Maybe you've had an experience where you were thinking of a book or a TV show or a movie or just anything. You were thinking of this, something from your past person, and then randomly it appears, some short time later, that appears again in your life. You're thinking of someone you haven't spoken to in a long time, and then you let it go, and then a mutual friend brings that person up, or you get an email from that person, or a text, or you bump into them. And you go, "Oh, I was just thinking of you. Isn't that weird?" Well, this type of thing happens all the time, and this is the idea of the law of attraction. When we visualize, when we affirm that something is happening or going to happen or that we're going to experience, it absolutely does, whether it's negative or positive. Think of yourself as a type of a radar dish, constantly broadcasting your frequency. A lot of people struggle with the idea of law of attraction because we want to attract more abundance, we want to attract more wealth, we want to attract happiness, we want to attract security, we want to attract love, we want to attract all these things that make us feel good and feel comfortable, so we try to emit or broadcast that frequency, and a lot of times we don't get it back. And what the heck's with that? Why not? Well, the idea here is, let's say, for example, you do your affirmations, where you're affirming with the universe you are abundant, and you want to receive large sums of money from unexpected sources. And it never comes, it doesn't happen. So you ask yourself, and you gotta be honest with yourself too, how many times a day do you do your affirmations? Say once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5 times. But how many times a day do you have negative affirmations? How many times do you have anxious thoughts, nervous thoughts, insecure thoughts, thoughts of lack, thoughts of distrust? Okay? Just because you're thinking it, you're still emitting it, and that is putting a bind on the whole process. That's slowing down what's already being sent to you to experience. All right? So a lot of this is going to boil down to being unwavering with the belief that you are completely worthy of anything and everything that you desire. Now I'm going to share with you another way that we can look at this particular scenario. We can look at this idea of law of attraction, where thoughts become things and our thoughts are creative, and we're broadcasting frequency and energy, and it's being returned to us in kind. The idea of how we are experiencing physical reality and space-time. Hold on to your seats. This is wild. So, all the people here that we have on Earth, including me and you, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We are navigating through this third-dimensional Earth plane in our physical bodies simply to have the experience. Your body and your name and what you look like and your job and what you do isn't truly who you are. It's a small fraction of who you are. What you are is infinite and much, much, much larger. Like I've shared in other videos, your subconscious mind is intimately involved in this cosmic dance with the rest of the universe, okay? And that ultimately is you. So, one of the laws of creation is that everything is here and now. Now listen to this thought. Everything is here and now. Everything exists. The universe is infinite, right? You are part of the universe. Infinite means nothing is left out. There's nothing that was and is not, and there's nothing that will be and isn't. Everything is. I know it's really difficult for our minds to really grasp this concept. We have a third-dimensional mind, third-dimensional experience. Our focus isn't built to really understand this type of infiniteness, okay? So, being a spiritual being, like you are also multidimensional, multifaceted expression of all that is. So, we in this physical reality are shifting through millions and millions and millions of dimensions and alternate realities a second. Keeping in mind that an alternate dimension is not some place between, here and the stars. It's not a place that you go. A dimension is a state of consciousness. Okay? So, the way that this works, let's say, and there's no motion in an alternate dimension. That's how we experience time. Let me put it to you like this. You picture a flip book with a little character on it. Each page, each single motionless page is a dimension. As you flip through the flip book, going faster and faster and faster, it's giving motion. The picture on the pages come to life and there's movement. The continuity between each page is actually how we are experiencing time in the third dimensional realm. Yes, we have clocks and watches, and we understand that time is moving based on the moving of the earth and the sun setting and rising. A lot of people say time is an illusion. I guess, yes, time's an illusion, but we're still experiencing time. Time is real for me because my body, I'm aging and I'm experiencing that way, even though nighttime and daytime and the date and time is kind of an illusion in the mechanics of consciousness, but we're still experiencing it. So anyway, coming back to the idea that everything is here and now, everything exists already. The person that you want to be with the things that you want to have and experience in your life already exists. That body is already somewhere having that experience. It's only a matter of you consciously experiencing it on a third dimensional plane. Okay. Picture a coffee table. And on the corner of the coffee table, I'm going to place a card or a Polaroid picture or anything. And then one next to it, and then next to that one, and next to that one, and make a whole big row. And then below that, another whole row, and then another whole row. So I have all of these cards or pictures, whatever you want to imagine, laid out flat on this coffee table, okay? Each card is a dimension. Now we can go to a card or a picture, and then go to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and the next one in an order. There is a timeline. That's what that would be represented as, a timeline, okay? Now speed it up fast, 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 and we're flipping through them millions of times a second. That is how we're experiencing time. Now take this coffee table and expand it out infinitely, all the way across the oceans and across the stars, in all directions. And the amount of cards and the amount of Polaroid pictures on this table are infinite now. Now you're experiencing one at a time very, very quickly. And we're rapidly moving through all of these dimensions. Now each one of those alternate dimensions, okay, are different only in, or each one of those cards clarified as a different dimension only needs to have at least one molecule switched in order to be a totally different dimension. So it could be you putting on a different shirt or blinking your eyes or having something different for breakfast would mean you are experiencing an alternate dimension. Now, this is really neat. We can guide ourselves by which dimensions we choose to experience. And you're constantly doing that. Like before when I said about broadcasting energy, broadcasting the belief states is the same way that we are experiencing each dimension. And you can use your feelings on how you feel about something as your compass and your rudder to experience the dimensions that you want. So let's say you want to manifest by law of attraction the things that you want, the abundance, the security, this and that. So to experience that, understanding in your heart that it already exists, you're already worthy of experiencing that because you, a part of you already is, okay? Being grateful in advance it's this great mind trick for the subconscious, because your subconscious mind can't differentiate what you're experiencing physically or what you're thinking or this and that. By being grateful for what you want in advance is a way that you can circumnavigate through the altered dimensions so you can experience what you choose. Now again, you have to be honest with yourself, because we have a bazillion thoughts going through our mind all the time, and some of them are anxious, and some of them are worry, and some of them are doubt, and some of them are distrust, and when we have those experiences, when we have those thoughts, those are the types of dimensions that we are shifting to, okay? So it's a matter of really being honest with yourself and really coming to the understanding that you absolutely are worthy of everything that you desire. You already have it. You already have what you. And one of the reasons why a lot of people don't put this into practice the best way they can is because there's a lot of built-in belief systems that we have here in a physical reality that are telling us that's not the truth, telling us that we have to atone for some sin, or that we're not worthy, we're not deserving. A lot of these belief structures and belief patterns stem from things that we are told when we were younger. Maybe from our parents, maybe from our bosses, maybe from teachers, because that's what they've learned about themselves and it's just been passed out from generation and generation. Well, the collective conscious is waking up to the idea that we are absolutely reflections of all that is, completely worthy of whatever it is that you want to desire and have the experience. That is the point of existence. Now that's a bold statement. What is the meaning of life? Okay? The reason, or the reasons for the meaning of life are as many as there are people. It's to simply have the experience of this life. Okay? And everything you could want to achieve, or want to do, or want to experience already exists, so it's up to you to believe that. Unwaveringly believe that. And you will absolutely experience what you're focused on. Okay, so in the comments, let me know if you've had any experience with something like this at all. Have you ever been in a scenario where you thought of an old TV show or movie or person or book or whatever, and all of a sudden they resurface in your life and you think, oh, what a weird coincidence. You know, I was just thinking of you. Let me know if that's happened to you. It happens to me all the time, constantly. It constantly happens to me. Let me know your thoughts on the idea of shifting through multiple parallel realities a second and see how that fits into your belief structure and belief system. Can you understand what I'm saying? Let me know if this video helped you at all on your journey with the law of attraction, and maybe you're struggling with manifesting the things that you desire. Maybe this video helped you, but let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks so much for watching.